It's been a real long time since y'all have seen me and whatnot. Uh, been a hot minute, so nobody's watching. I'm not surprised, but hopefully y'all will see this later. Um, Essentially, and I just want to back this. Like y'all see Sally Mae in the air back there. Uh, 15 years ago, back 2008, 2009, roughly. I want to say it was 2009. I bought a short block from Blueprint Engines through Summit Racing. Ever since I installed this fucking engine, there's been a problem. There's been issues upon issues. I had also done the Edelbrock ProFlow 2 kit at the same time. And just so y'all understand, most of y'all already know, but I am a professional technician. This is what I do for a living. So I work on cars all day, every day. So before everybody gets all 15 years, motherfucker, when you got shit going not right and you don't feel like fucking with it, time passes quickly. So with that being said, just again, quick little backstory for everybody. The fuel injection kit, the distributor conversion that came with the kit was not worth a shit. The little soldering points inside of it were junk. So that would cause an intermittent problem. It would make it backfire and do dumb stuff and just stall out and not want to run. And then it would go back to running fine. And it was because the solder would get hot and it would disconnect. And then it would cool off and fucking reconnect. And it was extremely hard to narrow it down. And just for example, you know what I'm saying? You would drive around, everything would be fine for days, then all of a sudden it would start fucking up. The ProFlow 2 is also a pain in the ass to tune. So I was supposed to be able to unhook it from the truck, take it inside, hook it to the laptop, and be able to program it. Well, the one time I tried that, the fucking ECU did not work after that. So I had to send that in. Luckily, that was still under warranty through Edelbrock. They sent me another ECU. So when I got that one, I had to do everything through their little handheld programming thing, which was a huge pain in the dick. But at any rate, got it all to where it ran pretty good. So we got the ECU part taken care of. Eventually, I figured out the distributor issue. So I wound up using the new type of distributor using on the ProFlow 4 system. That distributor actually worked and ran great, and it seemed to solve a lot of the problems. And I was like, yes, everything's good to go. It's all fixed. And then I was at a car show, and then all of a sudden it just died. It's like, what the fuck? How is it just going to die like that? Well, that time it would turn out to be the fuel pump relay. Well, fast forward, okay, so from day one, I've had issues just straight oil pushing out of seals and gaskets, regardless of how many times I redid them, to the point to where I bought the most expensive gaskets that I possibly could, all the reusable valve cover gaskets. I bought 3 different sets of valve covers. Basically, I kept thinking that I was fucking up somehow. It's not me. Come to find out, and again, I'll get into this here in a few minutes, but come to find out, from day one, the damn short block that I bought through Summit Racing from Blueprint Engines, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to flip this around. The fucking piston was fucking broke. I just took the piston out. Now, again, there's a little bit more to the story and all that stuff as far as, well, why didn't you ever run a compression test? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Well, number one, when you got headers and everything on the damn truck, it's hard to get in there. Number two, when you're talking about you just bought a short block from a reputable company in reputable places, you don't expect, nor do you I did not assume that they would have fucked up. I put it off that I might be fucking up. So come to find out, if you've seen any of the other recent videos, you know what I'm saying, Sally Mae, I had the engine on the stand and I put in all head gaskets, new studs, new this, new that, new oil pan gasket. I mean, everything, torqued everything. And just something told me right before I finished putting the wheel wells and all the rest of the stuff on the engine that I might want to take and check the compression real fast. So even though it was a slight pain in the ass, it was still easier than had I waited. Well, just out of shits and giggles, you know what I'm saying? It wound up being 90 pounds on number 6. And again, the truck has always had true dual exhaust. So you could always hear the exhaust from one side of the truck to the other side of the truck. The right side, the passenger side, which is the side we have the problem on, has always sounded a little off to me. Well, now I know why. Basically, all the other cylinders are hitting at 210. The cylinder walls in that cylinder look fine. There's no scoring. There's no craziness. But that fucking piston has been broke. It's been broke for a while. Like, this motor doesn't have 1,500 miles on it over 15 years. And like, I know that sounds crazy, but again, that's because I kept having all these problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put it all together, got it all working, it was all running great. It's like, yeah. Then it started fucking up and just doing retarded stuff and crazy shit. You know, and just blowing my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, again, I do this all day for a living. After working on cars for 10 hours, I don't feel like going home and fucking with stuff. And especially, you know, after you've done gone through and you've done the intake gasket 4 times, you've done 3 different valve covers with 5 different gasket sets, a new oil pan, new reusable 1-piece oil pan gasket. You basically resealed the bitch fucking 6 times over. You know, what's up, Colton? You know, and you still got leaks. I mean, you got oil coming out of places that you just never had oil problems before. You know, I'm talking about like the oil would push out through the breather cap. It was oozing out from around the PCV valve. You know, I knew it was a back pressure issue, but again, it's my own fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as assuming that somebody else wouldn't have fucked up. So here it is, $3,000 Edelbrock kit, which again, you can get them for about $1,400 now, brand new. But when I bought it 15 years ago, $3,000 for the fucking ProFlow 2, $1,800 for the short block, and then another $1,000 per cylinder head for new cylinder heads from Edelbrock. The cylinder head is the only thing I haven't had an issue with. So yeah, to say I am disappointed is just an understatement. But yeah, let me just show you all this again. You know, I just popped this out, and I mean, I pulled the chunks out. You know what I'm saying? I had to pull the rings and everything off, but like, you can just see that shit has been broke. Hang on, see if I can get it to focus. Come on, focus. Damn it, camera. But like, you can see there on that outside edge, in a couple of them spots, there's shit up in there. Like gunk. Like, I don't know whether the piston was just defective from the get-go or what. But basically, Sally Mae is now going to have a complete full rebuild, which is just fucking complete shit. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. These are stock rods. You know what I'm saying? Like, they rebuilt a 383 and did not put good rods in this bitch. Again, the other thing too that I noticed is that instead of putting in the clips, they used the little, you know, the little heat it up, push it in kind of method. But see, if you got this side all the way over to where the clip should be, look how you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all the way over. So again, not real impressed with all that. Not impressed that they didn't use better rods. But again, I mean, that's not the end of the world. But somehow, some way, they did this to where number 6 piston got cracked or broken. I don't know whether the rings were just jammed up or what. But, you know, as you can look at the top of the piston is not damaged. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see where anything impacted it or hit it or anything else like that. That's just a little bit of dirt where I set it down. But yeah, fucking piston broke all the way around there, like a fucking 1.5 inches. So, needless to say, Sally Mae is going to have to get a whole new engine. What's up, Stefan? What's happening, man? Yeah, like I said, I am I am extremely disappointed and blown away. Hang on a second. I'll flip you back around. Because, like, give you an idea, I had to take the transmission all the way back out. I went ahead and popped the oil pan off in the truck. So that way I could pop the piston out. I mean, it's just so much money. And at this point, like I said, the truck's all painted and everything else is done. I really don't want to take the engine out, but I don't have no other fucking choice. I don't know anybody that will sell just a single piston. Very, very aggravating. Like I said, I mean, you see, it's on her head, all nice and clean, sitting there. So see where I put me some transmission fluid in there, trying to hope like hell it would maybe seal up. Of course, you can't seal up broke. Broke. So, I don't know. Like, I'm so torn on what to do right at the moment. Like, part of me just wants what I have to work. But at the same time, it's all going to have to go to the machine shop now. You know what I'm saying? They might all have to be punched out. At very, very minimum, it needs new pistons. And if I'm going to go with new pistons, I might as well put in some fucking new rods. It's either that or get a whole nother short block and just get one that's already fully assembled. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. But yeah, I'm very frustrated. It's so aggravating. Fucking, spend all this goddamn money, and I specifically went with the short block, so that way I couldn't boo-boo nothing. And yet here it is, it's fucking all boo-booed. Like boo-booed big time. So, yeah. And of course, I don't want to spend all that money to get another fucking engine and have it be shit in no time also. So I think I'm probably going to wind up just redoing the one that I have. Unfortunately, I might wind up doing a whole new rotating assembly and everything and just use the block itself. Because at this point, I don't trust any of the shit that Blueprint used. And I'm not being funny, but maybe y'all can tell me. But I swear this looks like a sealed power piston. That's the sealed power emblem, is it not? I'm almost positive of it.
Sorry, Eddie. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Yeah, I don't know. They said in the ad, if I remember correctly, they were supposed to be Keith Black pistons, but those do not look like Keith Black. They do look like some sealed power bullshit, though. So, at any rate, obviously they're going to tell me, no, there's no warranty and everything else like that. You should have let us know sooner and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's, again, my own fault because I didn't think that these motherfuckers that build engines all the time would fuck up building an engine. Sorry, that's just me. I was putting it off on, like, I had to be fucking up somehow. Even though I didn't know how and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. The shit was broke from fucking day one. And like I said, it just, I drive it around, drive it for like 200-300 miles, and then she would start fucking up. And sometimes I didn't even need 300 miles. Like, I might have been able to burn half a tank of gas, which is like 75, 80 miles in this thing. So yeah, it just fucking aggravating. I don't know. What do you guys think that we should do here? Whole new piston setup, whole new other deal. I don't know. At any rate, I want a cigarette. I just wanted to vent. I'm really mad. I really wish I had known this beforehand. And again, it's my own stupidity. I should have fucking did a compression test before I took the engine out. But like I said, it ran fine. It had a little bit of a shake to it. But again, it's got a big ass cam. It had 90 pounds of PSI, so it wasn't a full misfire. It was like a half a misfire. So you see what I'm saying? Like, other than my ear hearing, the difference on that side of the motor, I couldn't I couldn't really pick up on there's a severe problem with just one of the cylinders. You know, and again, like I said, with the blow by and stuff like that, you know, I was figuring maybe I didn't do the head gaskets right or something else or whatever, like, you know, any of the things that I had done. I was trying to figure out how I could have fucked up. And even then, none of my theories were making sense to me, but I was like, nah, them other guys, that's all they do. There's no way that they screwed the pooch on me. So, the lesson here is you can't trust anybody. It doesn't matter if you buy name brand shit or not. It doesn't matter if you buy it from a good reputable place or not. You're still likely to get complete junk. Yes, I'm talking to you, Adderbrock. Yes, I'm talking to you, fucking Blueprint. And like, you motherfuckers want to come say something to me about it, fucking come on. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I ain't got no warranty. That time is long since passed. And it's my own fault for being a lazy fuck and not wanting to get up and do the shit like I should. Or fucking assuming that you guys would have done it right. Which again, it's totally on me. I 100% understand I'm a fuck up for that. Like, I get it. So, you know, like, anybody that wants to get all up here and fucking, oh, you're an idiot for this. Look, motherfucker, you spend a bunch of money and buy a bunch of good quality shit, you don't immediately assume that the good quality shit is fucking junk. I mean, why would you buy it if you did? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, I understand that you would try and rebuild it, Stefan. The problem is here is that between the machining cost and the new parts and everything else, they have engines that are already assembled with a warranty, which again would work out this go around because I'm going to put the bitch in and I'm going to drive the fucking absolute piss out of it and put as many miles on it as I possibly can while it's in that warranty period. So if anything fucks up, I will get that bitch fixed. So, and again, just so y'all understand a little bit other the backstory, like basically I bought the cylinder heads because I cracked the cylinder on my 400 block. I didn't realize the cylinder was cracked until I took the heads off because I thought I cracked the heads. So I bought the heads, pulled the heads off, found the cylinder was cracked. I was like, fuck, now I need a block. So that's when I went to the 383, you know, because I already had brand new cylinder heads sitting there. So that's how we got to there. But yeah, at any rate, and again, you know, that is also the whole thing of like, I had paid the machine shop to go through the 400 and all this other stuff, and I built it, and everything was fine with everything that I put together. But they punched out the cylinder wall too thin and cracked that bitch right down the same side of it. So, not wanting to go through all that again and wanting a warranty, I went this other route, and like I said, the shit didn't work out at all. And like I've seen a lot of videos of these guys pulling apart these remanufactured engines from like Chevy and Jasper and all kinds of other places, and the shit ain't done right. Like I seen one where a dude had a fucking like $10,000 502 big block from Chevrolet, and the bitch had just come apart late. When he took off the oil pan, it sounded like jingle bells, just all the shit falling out of it. So, you know, but this is just going to all my shade tree people, even all my pros, all that other kind of stuff. You can't base nothing off of the name brand that you put on your shit. It fucking guarantees nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? And again, like just in fairness, like I reached out to Blueprint. I've called them. Still ain't got no fucking call back. Left a message with Summit. Asked them if they could get me the actual date when I ordered this motor. No fucking call back. And again, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? The warranty's long since done. And I mean, there ain't shit they're going to do for me. They're not even going to, like, I'm sure they'd be like, eat a dick, bitch. You know, so just hear me out. Before you go putting on your manifolds, anything else, if you guys go to do any fucking hot rod motors or anything like that, run a compression test on that bitch. As soon as you can get the starter and the battery hooked up to that motherfucker, run a compression test on it so you don't wind up like this. The other thing is, if you're doing a hot rod build and you're wanting to use a crate motor, you order that motherfucker the very, very last thing. You understand? Get everything else done. Everything. So that way you can put that crate motor in immediately and start putting miles on that bitch. See, this is what the aftermarket community knows, and the rest of us just ain't caught on yet. Basically, they know that most likely you're not going to have that motherfucker running in a weekend. They know you're not even going to have that motherfucker running in probably months. They know it'll probably be even years before you actually start the bitch. And what is the first thing that everybody wants to get done and out of the way is a big part is the motherfucking engine. So they'll order the engine, it'll sit over there on the side of the shop, be in the corner, and see your warranty starts from the day you bought that bitch. So by the time you actually get the motherfucker in and go to get it started up, it's already 2 years down the road. The warranty is fucking done. You know, they could give you a 1 billion mile warranty. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? So just take it from me. If you're doing a hot rod build and you're doing a crate engine or crate transmission or both, you order them motherfuckers very last thing. Like, get everything else done, then order your engines. I mean, that's the only thing I can tell you. You know, same thing with like all your hot rod parts and shit like that. As far as like any performance parts you want to put on the engine, unless it's going to go on there right now, don't order it. You wait until you're going to be able to put it on immediately. Because like I said, they are banking that you're not going to put it on and it will get outside of that warranty period and they won't have to do nothing. I mean, it's the only thing I can figure. But at any rate, Stefan, I really appreciate you watching. Any other people that popped in here, because I saw I got up to 33 for a second. I appreciate it. If not, you know, whatever. I'm going to go home and get my head right and fucking try and drink myself into a coma. So I'll check y'all later.